we're gonna try to read through this pretty quick because it cut me off after like 20 minutes and it only saved the first 14 minutes, which led me to only the me leaving about a page left in the Gospel of Judas. Um, it's very strong and I'm very happy with this reading. And so I'm just gonna go straight into it. I apologize. I talked a good amount and I felt pretty good about what I talked about. So I apologize that now this video is not gonna be as good as the rest of this video. But let's just hop right back in. So the disciples see the temple and discuss it. They said, "We have seen a great house with a large altar in it and 12 men. They are the priests, we would say, and a name. And a crowd of people is waiting at the altar until the priests space and receive the offerings. But we kept waiting." Jesus said, "What are the priests like?" They said, "Some space 2 weeks. Some sacrifice their own children, others their wives, in praise and humility with each other. Some sleep with men, some are involved in slaughter, some commit a multitude of sins and deeds of lawlessness. And the men who stand before the altar invoke your name. And in all the deeds of their deficiency, the sacrifices are brought to completion." After they said this, they were quiet, for they were troubled. This relates a lot to what we struggle with nowadays. A prime example slash stereotype of Catholics. For those who know what that is, I'm gonna leave you to knowing. For those who don't, I suggest you put some research on it because I'm not a fan of the stereotype. Because I was raised Catholic, and it I don't like the stereotype. I'm just gonna keep fumbling over my own words now. Cool. Um, but this goes from this shows the personal connection between the disciples and Jesus, and uh, the fact that this relation isn't perfect. I mean, we read in the beginning of this that the disciples were upset with Jesus and started going at him, and Jesus was like, "Come at me," and nobody did anything except Judas, according to Judas, of course. Um, and then Jesus pulls him aside, talks to him privately, such and such. And then it goes into this Jesus asking him, "What do they see? What are the priests like? What are your observations?" And then the disciples seeing those observations and getting troubled from them, and how we can relate to that. It's kind of scary how the world is changing the way it is right now, or at least in my eyes. Um, and this is it's I'm really liking what I've read so far. I'm gonna leave it here, leave it at page 26 because I would like to try to do steps like I said earlier in my first part of the video. Um, but if anyone else is interested, if anyone else wants to keep reading this, I will be sure to send this link, like I said earlier, into the description, as well as I'll put my socials so that if you wanted to have some sort of like conversation with me about this, I am more than open to talk about this. And yeah, I'm getting another notification from my phone saying, "Hey, you're running out of space." So unfortunately, I'm gonna cut it here.